Man, I need to put a warning there for the when that last train blows its horn through that signal there, because it's out in my ears. What's up? 2026. Glad everybody made it here today. If you're watching later, thanks for watching and your support. We're just outside San Bernardino right now. We have an Autorack that came from Chicago. I was driving a supply train. I had planned on earlier, I was going to do a stream from, I took a supply train that's going to LAJ, and it's going to it was at Barstow, and I drove it from Barstow, was headed to the Cajon Pass, and around Victorville had an issue with I accidentally hit the all stop, the instant emergency stop train brake thing, and it was in a bad spot. So no matter what I did, every time I tried to go slow and start going, it break the coupler right behind the engines, and I'm like, what the hell? So I ended up just grabbing it, putting it at Martinez, and usually when I have that sort of luck on the day, I would take it down the hill, but I had this stream to do, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to take it down the hill if I'm having problems with it now. And I have all kinds of distractions going on here anyways, so we're just going to take this Autorack, bring it here to San Bernardino, and deal with that. It's a rainy day here in SoCal. Currently 58 degrees, and it is raining on and off. So happy birthday, by the way. It's next week, huh? So let's see. So we got our train here ready to go. It's not necessarily ready. I'll take off all the brakes here and get this thing moving here in a second. All right, so we got to turn on the wipers, V on the keyboard. We turn on some stuff here. Step lights. I don't need those ones on. See what it looks like on the outside. Can't see it because it's not dark enough, but it's inclement weather. Let's see. Let's go ahead and got intermittent. Let's just go ahead and go on since it's raining non-stop. So we do have a DPU on here. If you look at our train, it's 7,300 foot long. So it's a mile and a half. And 67 tons full of cars from LPK, which is the logistics park in Chicago. On a San Bernardino Auto here. I'm gonna get things spun up here, but I have the locomotive brake on. What's up, Baseman? So I'm going to, that's the rear of the train. I've got the headlight on. Let's see. Notch 1. Everything's spun up. Let's get outside. Make sure there's no train coming. I want to, I am in this siding. It's pretty much right here before baseline. And we're going to come out. And I have already... Oh, I did. So I marked this main 3 right here. You see it's green. I want to go into this helper pocket. I'm sorry, after the helper pocket. I'm going to go in the auto yard. Comes off about here. It's not really listed. And this is the exit so that you can back into the auto yard. So I'm going to go here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Auto now for that. Nobody's coming, so we're going to go ahead and pop this switch open. And I'm asking for a specific destination. All right, so he gave me acknowledge. I'm going to go ahead and pull out. Again, check, make sure. Here's me. I am cleared. I got nobody coming. So I'm going to... A wimpy horn, but that's okay. So I'm going to come off of the independent brake slowly so we get things going here. right? And notch 3, I'm going downhill. So yeah, see, I knew that was going to happen. That's what was happening to me earlier. I wanted notch 1, but the rail driver was fighting with me here. So we have to come back here and pick up what we just broke off. So that's a good way to start. Again, this is why I didn't go down the Cajon Pass. I could feel like today is going to be one of those days, cold and rainy. So what do you do if you got this? Okay, so I went to the brakes, the brake Control Z, I think it is, and you can see right here that it's somewhere up close, and it's right here. So they broke apart, but they didn't break. So let's, we're gonna now lose our auto. All right. All right, what do I got going here? Why is it F7? Go ahead and come back. Yeah, this was the same problem I had earlier, except that, you know, I didn't see it was notch 3 because I was chatting, but let me get my thing up here. Now the rails are going to be a little slippery too. Okay, so we're going to do F7 here. Why did it didn't latch? Did the thing break? That's not. Oh, it is broke. Okay, so that's why I didn't lock up. Okay, so let's do this again. Let's see. We got to wait for the locomotives to kind of spin up a little bit too. So I'm in notch 3. Only want notch 1. The rail driver, I've already calibrated it, but it's literally, I guess because I rebooted the computer. So you see I'm going notch 2, not really coming back, and then notch 3 is. This is just the day, how the day is going to be. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to wait for things here settle down. And what I normally do if an accident like this happens, I'm just going to go ahead and relinquish my train. I always like to do it here. And I'm going to re-grab it. I'm going to auto everything so it settles in and everything is normal. One rack of TFM. All right, so I'm still listed here, but I have, since I've relinquished everything, I've lost it. So let me ask Auto again, but I don't need Auto's permission really to get to the signal here. So let me get back in there, and I'm just gonna notch up 1 because I mean we're on a slope down. So give me okie dokie again. I've got no. Well, I'm in forward notch 1. I'm gonna come off the independent brake slowly. Hello from Mexico. Hello to Mexico from Southern California. All right, I'm waiting for it to start rolling here. It's starting to now. Back end is moving. I'm going to go ahead and take the power off the back because again we're going downhill, so we don't need much. And then let's see, the Auto did not give me, or no, he has me stopping here at main 2. Well, thank you for subscribing here. Hopefully you get everything that you are hoping to get out of this channel. So I can go pretty fast here because I'm coming out of that little siding. I don't want to go too crazy. I'm going to try to slow her down here a little bit using dynamics only. And if I can't get her squatted down a little bit, I will put air onto the cars, but about half my dynamics there, and it's starting to slow down. Well, let's look at the brakes here. Oh, I'm missing stuff. Apparently I broke a couple. So like I said, this is how today's gonna be. Now we gotta go back and get this other piece. Thought it was only gonna be a 2-hour stream. Oh look. We'll close that, remove the EOTD. Yep, now we're gonna come backwards, uphill. It's gonna be fun. Now, Otto's mad again because now I've gone backwards. I didn't check, make sure I had the DPUs. It showed it, by the way. So it showed it before I took off. It showed it here. I had 2 sets. So I figured I was connected. So I'm in notch 4 in reverse. Again, this is all part of the, the sim. So if this happens, I don't mind showing, when you screw up, because I screwed up. The rails are wet. I've got my brakes dragging here a little bit. I'm going to go into notch 3 here. Take the brakes off. Notch 2 the rail driver gave me, so I have to watch my speed. And we're going to ride this guy back even though it's raining. We got our, our rain suit on and all that. This is exactly why I'm not doing Cajon. Oh, you were a driver for Ferromex. Good. One day maybe they'll connect everything here in Run 8. I thought I had, so I have all the custom skins. The link is down in the description for the Run 8 Discord, enhancement Discord server. And they have Ferromex skins in there. So if you want to run those, obviously it's going to use the call sign of the stock engine, whatever that is. So it's BNSF UP, but you can paint it, put the skin over it so it's Ferromex. So I'm backing up hill 7 miles an hour, almost 8. I'm gonna slow down to notch 1 now that we're rolling. Keep an eye on it because I do not want to lose all my momentum. So I'm gonna go back to notch 2 as I'm at 5 now, 4.5. So my Discord, the one that I have listed below, is really just for a group of friends that we have where we play specific games together. If you want to join a Run 8 Discord, that's the Mateo Community Server, MateoTube Community Server, or the Depot Plus Discords are the ones, or the depotserver.com, or the Discord you want to join for Run 8. There's not a whole lot that happens on my Discord other than we use it for voice chat just to play mostly other games like golf and stuff. So I am live on the Mateo Community Server here. So I gotta get out of there, but here's who's currently on right now. I'm also a Depot Plus member for those of you that are new here. And I just ran a train on Depot about a week ago. I do play ATS, but I have a server for ATS, but I don't play games that often. I only get a chance on Wednesday nights, and on Sunday I do the sim. I just don't have time. All right, so I ran out of speed there, lost all my mojo. I'm trying to get back up here. Hopefully we can connect and get this whole thing going. Yeah, most of the games that I do play besides this, I end up really just doing for YouTube to put content on there. I don't have a live stream on Twitch on Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. West Coast. And then this stream on Sundays. And other than that, I play with a couple friends. Ace Man's one of them. On after the stream, play a game of golf or something together. I don't do a whole lot multiplayer anymore. Here we go. All right, we are now connected and put the train brake on. But we also have another brake here. I mean, we really tore this thing up, didn't we? So I'm going to check everything before we get out this time. All right, let's go notch 2. Watch it up here. I got to play conductor as well. You can hear the air's broken in these cars here. Once I get all this together, I'm going to make sure that operates before we leave this time. I had that feeling. It's not a day. It's not a Cajon Pass day for sure. All right, now I'm going to let the train settle here. Let's look at our brakes. We see that we have. Oh, see, it's going to brake again. And almost. So I have the. You can see right there. It's where it's getting black. That's where. Right. Let's, we're going to relinquish. That should fix that. And then here, I got it like I just got into it for the first time. So as soon as you grab it after it relinquishes, you see it's nearly broken. Right here in the middle. So I'm going to go all the way back here and see if we are connected. Everything looks good. Let's get back in the train. This time, I'm going to start off with dynamics as we start rolling forward. So these are all squished up on the locomotive right now, so I do have the DPU is responding, notch 2. So I'm going to come off. I'm also, because I relinquished. All right, let's try this again. All right, are we good? Let's see. Sure, nobody's. I saw the YouTubes do something weird there. Okay, so I'm going to come off on the handbrakes here a little, or not the handbrakes, but the independent brake a little bit. We're already in dynamic braking. So now I'm looking up there. We are moving. I'm all the way off. Now the train's just sliding out like we wanted to. I had 2 brakes, 2 coupler brakes. Our Autoracks are 7327. The whole foot of the train, 7327 right now. But let me ask Otto one more time. Let's make sure we still have our... We don't. Our spot is now set. I could just dial it over here, but... Take some of the speed increase off, because we are going downhill at a pretty good rate here. Damn it! That's what I did earlier. I accidentally hit the brakes again. There's a little on the rail driver. It's an E-stop, and that's what I did earlier, which was what messed up my train. I was trying to move the rail driver right now. My thumb hit it, and it's immediately stopped the train. So, thank God it wasn't as bad as it was last time. I grabbed the rail driver just to kind of center it in front of me, and my thumb hit that E-stop, which I love having it there, but I'm going to take that, the apply button off or move it or something. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to set a timer either. There we go. You come in for Simulator Sundays, so you know we got a lot of pressure. You see up here on the green, this is the, man, we're having a day today. But as it turns blue and then black, that's the pressure up here of these cars pushing. Right now I can't obviously think of what the back rail thing is, where the connected the coupler right there. For some reason I can't think of it right now. Somebody will tell me. But anyways, we are now moving at a decent pace. Auto has us to the same
detector milepost 486.8.
The same signal there. We're coming down on main 2, and then we want to cut over to right here. We'll pop off there, but as long as we keep this under control, we're good. Now we're going. We'll see what we got here. Just look at all the damage it caused. That's how my whole day's been going here. Like I said, 10 a.m., 10:30, I hopped on and I'm like, oh, I'll move this train, take it, get it ready for the stream. You know, I knew it was going to be a couple hours of driving it. And then around, I guess it was around Victorville or so, I did that same thing where I hit the emergency brake, and then I couldn't get it going. I kept braking right at the coupler for the locomotives. Back bar. Back bar is what that thing's called that I was crushing on the back end of the locomotive. That's where it kept braking. No matter what I did, pull slow, and it just kept braking there. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So after all that, the 40 minutes of reconnecting and fixing the couplers and all that, I decided, let's just do something else. Now it seems like everything is under control. EPUs are working with me. Keep my hand away from that all stop button. We're not quite on the main. Right here. But yeah, in multiplayer, you have to be standing on the ground to throw those switches as well. And I'm at 13 miles an hour. Go ahead and come back off of the dynamics a little bit. Watching my coupler pressure here. That gets to 400 in the sim, then you're going to break the train in half. Grade is -1, almost 1.5%, so pretty steep. At 15 now. I've got a signal ahead of me that's going to slow me down to 30 anyways, but I can hear the DPU coming up. I hear the dynamics on it. We'll lock that for mainline ops. Here's our advanced approach. A little bit off the dynamics. I have, let's see, where is my stop? My stop is going to be around the corner. So, okay. I mean, we still got 2 miles or something. So, nice. That should help me get Barry out of jail again. But with it far away as it is, I don't know, or as steep as it is, I'm trying to say. The grade, I don't want to push things the way things are going today. So, let's take it easy. Oh, that was I was like, why did the EOT stop? It was my counter. My counter finished. Okay, so we started with a catastrophe with the couplers breaking several times. And hopefully that was all behind us now. Now we're smooth sailing, but what we're going to do is we're just going to keep an eye on everything and do our job as a virtual engineer. The grade is now down to 0.8, so it's leveling off a bit. Now, as you approach San Bernardino, the GM Center, right on the verge, San Bernardino, Colton, it is going to start sloping down again. So I have to keep that in mind as I'm handling the train, because everything wants to roll, down through the yard. Here's our approach up here, our approach, and we're going to be switching diverging tracks up here. Let's see, do I have this? Yeah, so I have the map right there. Work? How would it work? All right, I have to do it manually while I'm watching this. So right now we have a signal, this light right here at the San Bernardino sub, Cajon sub marker. That one's red for us. And on this screen, but we are going to switch over to main 3 here, which is perfect. And we have a signal where we're going to the signal that we want. If auto lets me pass that signal, then I'm going to have to cancel the route so that I can throw the switch, because it's just a hand switch off of the main that we're going to pull into the auto rack. Also have this, and that is so I mean, basically you search on the interwebs, and I found it's the BNSF resources, but this is where the Autoracks originate, or the yards for the Autoracks. So I'm here in San Bernardino. I'm like, okay, where would the train have come from, or where would it go to after? And so the logistics park in Chicago makes sense for stuff coming from Michigan, from Detroit, or Kentucky, or wherever else GM makes their vehicles. Down in Mexico, the Ferromex would have taken them probably up to El Paso or somewhere like that in Texas, and then there would have been a swap over to BNSF, and it would have been brought this way. If they were like Toyotas or something like that going to a yard, it'd probably come from Long Beach. Hondas, Toyotas, things that are imported, or at least the cars. LPC, I put LPK. Yeah, well, it's coming from Kansas then. I had LPC, and then when I was looking at it, I was like, wait, that's because I've seen LPK before. Like, oh, it's not LPC, it's LPK. So, well, I guess we have to change it to Kansas then. It doesn't matter. We picked it up here in Southern California, so you know it drove from back east, the Midwest. So thank you for that, Ghetto. Yeah, I renamed it. I had it LPC and then renamed it LPK. So I'll change it again later, or I'll change where in the description, you know. Just trying to keep it under control here. We got another. I'm coming off on the dynamic brakes here a little bit. All right, there. It's renamed in the description. Coming from Kansas. We're at 10 miles an hour right now. We've got to pass this signal first before we can open that hand throw. It'll show up like this whole block will be pink, but we got to get past this helper pocket first. Here we are passing the Amtrak station, San Bernardino. And the helper track comes up. We have a MOW truck in there, and then there's also like a Heritage. It used to be part of the juice train from Florida. K150. As soon as I pass the signal there, I can I'll throw that hand throw. The whole train starting to slow down a little bit. Okay. Give me a see ya. See ya. We're going to switch here, and there's the Kansas City Southern. That's the skin I have, and I don't know which one's actually on it. And we're going to throw this here because we're in the block, and this is the auto yard coming up. All right, let me come out of dynamics. We're going uphill for a second here. Yeah, if they ever do San Bernardino the way it is and right now in real life, it's man, there's a right here is a bridge you basically come off of, and you go up over it onto the UP over towards West Colton, but through some industry straight ahead. There's a lot going on here in San Bernardino today. Take a look here. Brakes and couplers look good. Go around this way. I want to be, you know, around 10 miles an hour pulling off of the main, and I am. Barely, 9.6. Barely moving up here, hill here as well. Nice, just flow. And we're almost home, so then we got to separate these cars where they go. So I'm going to pull all the way through, disconnect cars, and then we'll have to back up and get some more. I'll leave the locomotive on the rear for a moment. There's a fuel stop over here at San Bernardino. Oh, it's missing a lot of stuff over by Kaiser in Ontario. Oh, you know, I didn't have my, reminds me, I didn't have the radio stream up for BNSF. There we go. Now we got it up. Go back to notch 2 now. We're climbing a little bit for a second. Some of the cars are. Yeah, remember Run 8 is supposed to be, it's fictional, if you will, and it's set in the early 2000s. Because there's still the Colton crossing here, which does exist today, but there's a flyover now. That's what the bridge right here in San Bernardino is called, is flyover. It goes like right through here where I'm looking now. We would be driving underneath it, but it goes over this way, past that fuel dump. And there's a lot of stuff missing. There's like over for West Colton, they also have an intermodal yard there now. It's where is it? I don't remember. They're building a bigger one, but I know there's a whole bunch of Walmart containers dropped off, like where you exit West Colton from the outbound yard. So that looks good. Gonna check our, that looks good there. Yeah, there's well, they've expanded, you know. They expanded a lot in the last 20 years.
7.4. Track 1, no defects.
I think they just did some in the last 5 years, added a whole bunch more.
Speed 7 out.
Jump on here. Right in the front for a minute. It'll start going downhill too, so gotta keep that in mind. And the rear of the cars are still entering San Bernardino. Go back here. It's just coming into the yard here, so. Fine, just give me notch one. I never really liked this horn either. Let's see, what do we got? These are all ones that actually came off. Actual locomotives. That one's kind of broken. I like that one.
Yeah, light flash, there you go, 15.
At 4 miles an hour. I'm gonna get a little bit faster here. So the Autorack processing is going to happen here on these 2 ramps, and then there's a ramp over there that will put the remainder in as well. But as soon as I get the edge of the ramp, I'm going to start a timer so I know where the rear of the train is. Actually, I should do it here so I can pull the... Yeah, so I'll do it about where, like right here, that way I can know where the locomotive, the DPU on the rear is. 3, 2, 1, we'll call it right there. 7,300 feet to go. And then I'm in notch 0 now. I'm going downhill, so gotta give it about 10 seconds before I can throw the dynamic brakes on, but I'm losing too much speed right now. And most of the train is going uphill, so. Alright, I am still slowing down, so I'm going to give it a notch.
So when you guys are done, let's go to 567. You guys pull in there. The west end there. Yep. Pull in 17, you run down 19.
Okay, so 5 miles an hour. I mean, I can go a lot faster because I got 6,600 feet still to pull through. Like I said, it's gonna, the bottom's gonna drop out here, and it's gonna take off on me. So, got to be careful. He's starting to speed up now, so we'll use our per minute meter. Kind of get a gauge on, of course, the cars are going to slam, and because the DPU is still pushing for an extra second. It still is. It's in notch. It was just in notch 2. Now it went to notch 1.
Yeah, I agree. Making it.
Now we're slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, because the cars are wobbling in there. They're going back and forth a little bit. As long as we're at the, about 2 mile per minute increase, and I don't have to really use too much dynamics, I'm going to go notch 0 and see what happens. I've got switches in front of me lined up correctly. 10 miles an hour, so I don't want to go too much faster than that. Start to slow down a little bit. As you can see, it's a little bit of bouncing. Got 5,300 feet left to go. Long ways. All right, I'm going to go in a DB setup.
Yeah, go ahead up.
Apply a little bit of dynamic. A little resistance on the wheels.
Got it.
A little bit more. That switch set. Yep. Hard to see because it's yellow and my lights are pretty bright. A little more dynamics. We're starting to slow down a little bit. I can keep it in that range, right around the 10-mile mark. What I'm looking for here. Start speeding up too much. Add a little bit more. Again, it's going to react right away. Then as the trains, the cars behind it start pushing on it, might speed it up a little bit. What's happening right now. So at the end of this, we're in this yard here. We're going to come out here. So at the end of this, I'm going to need a little more room. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself restricting now. Welcome back. I know I need that room because I've, done this, but I also need to pull the rest of the cars over to the track that's over here after I drop off these ones, and it's going to be a lot of room. Maybe not too bad though, because I have 3,700 feet to go to where I started that timer. So, but now that I set restricting, I have to pass that signal. But I've already reserved it, so we're not waiting, for Auto to figure out. Because if it's a human dispatcher, they would know what we needed and they'd figure it out. But Auto doesn't always figure it out. So let's go. Let's make sure this switch is currently lined up for us. We're going to need to pass that in order to push anything back and see how much we need. Here's how much we still have to bring in, so okay. 2,800 feet. $2,800 feet to right about here. This is where it starts going faster as the weight comes onto the cars. All the cars start pushing on the locomotive. So we'll get some dynamic braking going. Whistle board, so let's go ahead and turn on the crossing bell for under 40 miles an hour. So I'm going to put that on. We're not going to need to whistle for a while, but now we're at 10 miles an hour. Go down a bit. Got 1776 when I first looked up there. America. I'm just feathering the dynamics right now. We do have a restricting signal ahead, so we can pass that light. (1,300 feet), so we're going to be right at that signal, but I will have to pull forward to clear the tracks anyways. it down even more because we're going to pass this signal. I got 600 feet more to go. And these guys are going to be angry because they're not going anywhere soon. Four 150 feet more. We need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cars in on the ramp. Then we'll disconnect. I'll put some air on right now. $79 on. Means now I'm gonna have to pull it. I put it on a little too soon, but I didn't want to overrun it. Have to try to push uphill, so. So we got 2 cars to go here to get it on the ramp. Take a look at our, yeah, we're looking all right there. Couplers and brakes, air. I meant to hit the horn. Hit the handbrake again. This is going to be one of those days of the handbrakes. All right, let me drop the air now. Pushing with brakes on, as far as on the cars. I was trying to change the display at top. So I'm pushing the horn lever up, the whistle lever, and I missed and I hit the e-brake. Like I said, I need to work on that. This is gonna. I got air on. That's gonna break. Take a little pressure off that. Okay. So on this one here, I'm going to take this locomotive, disconnect the air, and I should have not done that until here. I need to isolate this on this side. See if that affects me. Probably. And I'm going to put a couple handbrakes on. Because once this air is all, once it's not bottled in there anymore, it's good. Start rolling on me because it's downhill. I mean, once I relinquish the cars, they're going to do it automatically, but it is what it is. Okay. So I have that set now. Let me get back in the, I have a PCS open because I did what I did. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to clear the PCS here. But I was going good until I hit the damn brake lever again. The emergency brake on the rail driver. It'd been terrible if I was on the Cajon Pass coming down the hill and I did that. I'm going to separate the cars from the ramp here, pull forward and back up. I don't think I can fit them all. Yeah, it's just too many to go on this ramp. So we're going to break that off and we're going to shove back onto this ramp. And then we'll pull forward, put the rest over here so they can process as well. All right, so we can release the brakes, independent brakes on, pull forward. I'm going to go ahead and get ready for dynamics. And we're going to go back here to the ramp as a conductor and say when they can start backing up.
4.
All right, so handbrake is going to be coming off here. I'm going to put a little dynamics on to start with. So I am rolling down a little bit. See the pressure's coming off there. Let gravity do the work here. Let me get my speed up here. 0.5, a little less dynamics. So this one's done now. You got that where it needs to be.
Yeah, a little change of plan on your... Still gonna take it at 567, but I need the
And one thing I've noticed too, for me anyways, is that when I do disconnect the airlines, if I have a end of train device on the locomotive, or anywhere in the car, if I disconnect the air and it'll dump off this piece, this cut of cars here, sometimes it'll PCS me anyways. It's because it's radio signaling, hey, you lost air back here, even though you're no longer connected to it. That could be a thing that really happens. You guys are really engineers, gotta let me know. That's how it works. All right, I'm starting my slowdown here. Almost there. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna put some handbrake on.
Green, Fairlow.
Not handbrake, independent brake. Okay, independent brake is on full. And now dynamics are off. I'm in neutral. I'm gonna come backwards, switch over to this so we can see what we're doing. Now I have to push uphill. Start in notch 3. I don't have mirrors here. Independent coming off. The cars kind of squish up together a little bit. Gotta stay in notch 2 if the rail driver will let me. Independent brake is now fully off and bailed. This ramp, we'll have to look at the on the depot map. I'll bring that up in a minute. Actually, I can bring it up right now. So the ramp here is 3,100 feet. I'm gonna start a timer counter right now going up. So as we get towards 3,100 feet, I'll do my best to keep it from getting away from us. I just reversed or went down to notch 1.
36.
We are coming down in speed seemed like it was a bit, but now I'm gonna go back to notch 2. Watch it from here, 3,100 feet. I'm sorry. Yeah, not 3,100 feet. That's the old Colton yard. I was looking at the wrong one. I think I re-looked at it. Let me see if I can find. It's gonna be 2,800 feet. So I was looking at this. This is the old Colton yard. This is UP. It's down the way. This is what we wanted here. This one is 2,809. 2,800 feet is our marker. I'm gonna go between notch 1 and 2, hopefully, to try to keep that speed around 5 miles an hour. Okay, we're pushing everything back uphill. I mean, right now, where's my, I get the mouse on the right thing. Right now we have 5,300 feet total, but we're shoving 4,900 100 tons. So we're on the ramp and we got a little bit to go still. Another 1,000 feet. You can go ahead and ride the, I can't ride that one. Some of the cars don't let you ride on them. Some of the Autoracks especially. All right, notch 3. We need to stop in here too. We don't want to smash it in the locomotive. We're going to pull this guy off though, and we'll put it over. This will be part of the train as it goes outbound. And then to plan this out, we've got 2 facing this way and 1 there, so probably leave these, or probably grab these here. No, I don't know. That is just going to pull out this way. We may just put the 1 back here. I don't know. Because these are already lined up to go the other way, go back towards Kansas. So we're at 1,500 feet. I don't think that that's correct on the map. 2,800? Oh, 1,800. Again, I'm looking at the wrong part of the map. It's these 2 blue tracks here. Has to be. It is. 1800. So I'm going to lose all my speed. So back to notch 3 we go. A lot going on here. Trying not to hit that brake lever again.
FCAX Railroad Detector Milepost 1.
Yeah, this guy could pretty much just go.
4. Track 1. No defects. Repeat. No defects.
I don't know.
Total axle 2.8. Speed 6.8 out.
All right, notch 0. Get ready to.
FCAX Railroad Detector Milepost 177.4. Track 2. No
0.5.
defects.
Want it to
Repeat.
stop
No defects.
in that
Total
area.
Axle 2.8. Speed 6.1 out.
Okay with it there. We're not going to get too much out of it, you know. So then, close this, and I was just going to open that coupler. Okay, put some handbrakes on. These things stretch out a lot too because the couplers move quite a bit. So the angle cock's closed there. So let's go ahead and pull it forward. We do have to look at our signals though. So I need, I gotta go open that. Or go close this switch again because we're done. And now they can continue using main line operations. And then next stop for us is we've got to clear this switch here so that we can push all these guys back into here. That means is I need a restricting again on this. Let me get rid of that. I don't need that marker anymore. So I did not start a, if I do a range countdown now, distance counter. Right there, it says 3,500 feet. I can probably take 800 feet, 700 feet off there. So we'll just use it as a guide. Okay, we got a restricting in the cab here. You can go 10. Again, it's going to take off on us, so. You can actually go up to 15, but we need to be able to stop it in half that distance that we can see over there, especially with the rain and everything. Get off the tracks, huh? There's another crossing up there a ways too. I said about 800 feet, so we got another 1,000 feet behind us or so. Getting there. Start slowing down a little bit more. Where's our switch? Right there. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cars to go. 8 to go to the switch. 7 to go to the switch. There's 6. And we're down to 5. There's the number of fingers you got on one hand. 4. The thumb is the thumb. Uh-oh. Losing all my speed here. Three left. Race. Now a pair. Be 1.5 right there. Last one. Blowing her down here, 2.5. It's half more to go. Now we got to get the trucks past with 1/4. And that'll do right there. Okay, still have everything's going downhill. The switches are lined up, so let's go backwards. We're at notch 4. Let's go in the notch 3 and let's just hold it there. Let's see where it starts here. Get on the this one we can ride. 3,300 feet here.
Yeah, these passengers are just doing whatever they want. They open that door.
Sounds like Amtrak. Passengers doing whatever they want. All right, here's the ramp.
Go on, clear up.
So it'll process all those little dots. I mean, it'll process, you know, all the way, pretty much all the way out there to the main. So if it was really, really long, you could still put it in here and then run 8, it'll process it. We're gonna go to the back here. We gotta be careful though, because I'm gonna put a handbrake on this and we'll drag it. Because there's nothing in the back, it just pavement ends. There's no bumper or anything, so the wheels, they fall off the track, whole train disappears. We're just cruising along here. You see the dots. I'm going to start. See what we got. So we got right here. See, this track just ends, so you can literally fall off. You run in if the wheels don't touch the track anymore, then the whole train, including locomotive, everything will disappear. So keep that in mind as we bring car. And I'm looking for it to stop at about here or so, because how much when you go to connect, how much the travel is in the couplers. We're backing up at 8.2. I'm off the main now. Actually, I was going to throw that, but we'll leave that there. So this is the first job that I've done of the new year. I just spent, I guess it was Thursday, New Year's Day, clearing cars out, getting things on the road so they can go off map. We had an event cleanup that we do every year that we get all the cars off the server. Actually saw some at Victorville that when I hit the emergency brake, but all the other yards were missed, all the industries were processed, all the cars were gone. So we want to start every year with the minimal amount of cars left, just so the server, you know, because there's some industries that don't really get touched that often. So it's the reason to go out and hit all the industries, get all the cars out. If we leave some behind, not that big of a deal, because I mean in real life they're left behind. But this is, you know, for server health. And so we're getting the, you know, the supply trains going again. So that's what I was bringing earlier when I got stuck and broke it. Go to notch 1. Just come down to a nice once this gets on the ramp, I think we're pretty good. I'll put some handbrakes on. Close the angle cock here. We're going to pull forward. Actually, did I already open that? I did. See if I can shuck it shut here. See, it has to come off and then back on. right, so now we're going to, we'll reconnect that. I'm going to leave this angle cock open, this one closed. Now we're going to leave this as the DPU, so we got to set it up to leave. I'm going to close this, both these angle cocks. I'm going to disconnect the MU cable. You can open these couplers. Now we're going to set this one here as the lead. I'm going to not do brakes or EOTD. So this one is disconnected. MU is disconnected. That means this one should stay here. Let's put a handbrake on it. Actually shut it down. And this being in the lead, let's see, this one is the trail, so the headlights are set up correctly. So this is SD70 now is in the leader. Okay, pins are discs uncoupled. Now we're going to take this back over to where we were, where we have the other train. The intermodal's coming to meet. Is that Andre and Albert or something? With a MRO glowing there as the light hits it. Custom skins. Flashlight here, you can see the reflectors will glow from the flashlight. Looks really cool when it's dark. Inside the other train. So I'll have to throw the switch, but I'll have to go and look to see what track we want to put this on. I think we just want to go right through, but I don't know if I left the other locomotives down there. See, so if I want to put them here, I'm going to want this I want to go down that track there. And then we'll move what was the DPU onto the front end, so, and we'll make that the lead. There's a switchers in front of us on that track. The light flashing. I don't know if you can see it. I'll get all these cars out of here and I mean, realistically, because these things open up and ramps come out of them, so they space them out, but oh, we did 7,700 feet of that new car smell delivered to the auto plant. Still have a little bit more work to do though. And check our fuel situation. Mm-hmm. 4,200 gallons. Let's see, leave it on the DPU screen there. Wow, that really came to a stop quick. When I get to almost the second car here, that's why I was. Well, we can call that a day. Turn handbrake on here. Handbrake this one. And let's go move this guy over.
Patrick 248, over.
Well, that's already opened. Well, I gotta relinquish. So this is going to be
I don't know if see if I can get you a call on or if you're going to have to fly.
we're gonna pre-tag it. We don't know where it's going. Oh, gotta do.
Alright guys, we'll get on my screen over.
Alright, let's go inside and look to see what's going on here. Oh, I got a PCS open. Not sure why. Probably from when we pulled the air earlier, but thought we closed this. Yeah, that's closed. I don't know. Okay, we're going to be going, so we'll set up our switches anyways. So this will be the lead engine now of the train when it goes outbound. So we're going to go through here, then back through right here. Okay. All right, let's wind up. Not a handbrake on here, is there? Oh, now the coupler's closed again. Okay, so let's redo this again. We're going to pass that switch and reverse. I suppose I could have just left them there, but get them out of the way so that they can process the cars. I'll just leave these right next to them. A bunch of mistakes were made today, and we got through them, though. I mean, that's, you know, moving this stuff around in the simulator, doesn't always go picture perfect. We'll connect this back to the other two, and we'll set them up as MUs. I think this could take 20 or 48 hours to process. It'll be ready to go. Not a lot of people work San Bernardino yard here. This isn't the local San Bernardino, this is just the auto yard, but there's a couple locals. I suppose there's two locals, but ADM is straight ahead the way we're going right now. It's some oil tankers. And everything else is the other way, about where we started from. Pretty easy yard to work. Pretty fun. Not a whole lot of things to do. It's intermodal stuff too. We've already got an intermodal train there that's being processed. All right, connect this up. See, the other ones, they actually. Not sure why they lit up yet, because I haven't connected the MU cable, so that's kind of a thing. But once I connect the MU cable, then they should. Oh, I always do this anyways. I don't do auto EOT until it's ready to go. But now we have the rear lights on, front lights now off. Turn off this guy, put a handbrake on, turn off this one, turn off that one. So now this one is ready to go. It's the symbol is ready. Let's see, this one is an X now. What I do it as, that's how I always did it here. So these guys are ready to be processed. SBAs are going to be processed to wherever they're going. It's a random thing. I'm going to relinquish, grab this guy, we'll turn off the lights, and that will be the DPU. for this cut as it heads back eastbound. Wait, no, westbound. Headed westbound. Eastbound, I wrote that earlier wrong too. Eastbound is towards the coast. We got a grain train here. It's a pretty long one. So yeah. Chill out right here and we'll watch this thing come around the corner when she comes over by the houses. Now we have a couple beers. We're off duty, and I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll sit here as the train goes by, but I'll be done talking for today. I'll be back next Sunday. If you want to see me live on Twitch, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption, the original, but on PC. That's on Wednesdays. California time will be 5 p.m. So we played the very first episode last week. And I'll be back Wednesday to play some more of that. But for now, from Simulator Sundays, I'm going to end talking. We'll let this thing go by. You guys can watch it. And Railfan, thank you everybody for being here, and Happy New Year. We'll see you next Sunday.